So I'm replacing my crankshaft position sensor. It's in there somewhere. See it? That's it, right there. And I had to take my radiator out. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get that out of your Mark III Volkswagen with the 2.0 or your Mark 1 ABA swap or Mark II swap. I've got the radiator right there, and this is the stock shroud. In an older video, I cut it. I trimmed it down so that I could put this slim on here. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't even think I need this shroud. I'm not sure yet, but I don't think I need it. So I'm probably, just to save room in the future, I'm going to take this shroud off and mount this directly to the radiator. So with the Mark I platform, you'll have this front, kind of like a dog bone. Might be a dog bone. It's not shaped like a dog bone. Same concept. The starter will have bolts running through and holding this on the other side. I already got the top. Got to get the bottom. And then we need to take this off. This was the piece I was talking about that sits right here. And where the starter bolts into. But if you go down here and see all that access we have now. Anyway, yeah, there's a 5mm down there. Not socket, but Allen. And you want to get in there with your ratchet, and you want to zip that bad boy out of there. Now that you got that out of there, you want to pull that sucker on out. It's going to be attached to the block also. A lot of you are probably going to be doing this from the bottom of the car, so you'll take the oil filter off, but I'm trying to do this with as little work as possible. Obviously, my platform is going to be different than a Mark III. But this is how I'm doing it. Maybe. It's been in there for 30 plus years, so gotta finesse her a little bit, I guess. Gotta whip out the pry bar. So this thing is held on with a thingamajigger back there up against the block. It like holds it to the block right here. So I just cut the end off and slid the whole wire through. But man, getting this freaking thing out was such a pain in the butt. But that knob's gone. And now we wait for the new one. So we have to wait for that crankshaft position sensor to show up in the mail. Not in the mail, but for AutoZone to actually get one. So we might as well take this thing apart and mess around with this in the meantime. So my idea, and you guys might have already received that idea, is take just this fan and mount it to the radiator. And I know what you guys are thinking. Michael, why didn't you just do this in the first place? Well, the answer to your question is very simple. Don't they have shrouds for a reason? Yes, but this is just a test. I'm almost positive we don't need it. This car takes so long to warm up. I could drive frickin' 10 miles before it gets to operating temperature. And I can let it sit for 10 minutes in the meantime. You know? So we're just gonna test this out. And if it doesn't work, I still got the shroud, so don't worry, guys. Just a test. Okay. Got the new one. And and installed it. So before this thing would idle a little funky, and then it would eventually shut off. I was getting a bunch of codes for some reason. It was super weird. Cleared them all, and then the only code that would come back would be the code for that. Ignore that stupid ass rooster. It's not mine, and I'm probably gonna cook it. Anyway, I need to assemble all this, put the radiator back in. I got that all set up, got the fan on there. It's all zip tied all over the place, so it ain't gonna fall off. And yeah, I'll install that, throw in some new coolant, turn it on and see if that worked, or if it's still screwed. I hate that bird so much. Got the starter all bolted back up to this motor mount. Now I gotta throw in the radiator. Okie dokie, coolant has been added. Everything's tightened up, I think. Now just gotta start it, see if it runs. And there's coolant coming out. Gotta put the cap on that because we have that, so just rely on that. That was a quick issue resolved. I've seen Mark III Golfs and Jettas go to the junkyard just because of that sensor. Let's check it, see if we have any codes. Well, look at that. No more codes. Problem solved. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any other questions on how to replace something, comment down below, hit me up on my email, do something to get a hold of me. I will always answer, and I will always help, and I will give you another descriptive video on how to do whatever you're trying to do to your car.